Recently, I bought this HPA engine for M4 style gearbox from Amazon for $250. This is a brand Backdraft HPA engine Phoenix. I had many different problems with installation. It had only little instruction inside that box and some barcodes for YouTube here. First problem was when I just tried to test it. I connected to my air compressor to 80 PCI, and it started leak from inside the nozzle. And I thought to return it to Amazon, but decided to shoot about 100 shoots, and after about 100 shoots, it stopped to leak. Now it works. Other large problem, big problem, is that I can't find any explanations, good manuals, any manuals on paper, text manuals, only YouTube explanations how to install it, and it was very short and don't understand how to install, and there were no information what voltage to use for this gearbox. I have to research myself everything. Next problem was with gearbox, which type of gearbox to use. They say like gearboxes 2025 here, but they're all different because they have all different trigger boards, some mechanical or electronical, and this part, all of them, they have different. And what I found, only Lancer tactical gearbox for me work with old style switch, trigger switch, this style. So I recommend to buy any brand, but with this switch, because to install this trigger plate, you need this screw, and you need that red plate. It could be blue, green. This plate, it should look like this, and it should have this square here, because it will push. Let me, one moment, one hand. Please do it. One moment. Okay. It has this little switch for semi-auto, and also it has actually this part to stop shooting for safety reasons. This thing will stop trigger from, you can't push it, so you need this part also here. Okay, next problem was when I tried to install this screw. It didn't want to go to hold this plate, and I used this tool to drill this black plate a little bit inside, so screw can go a little bit deeper. Also, this micro switch is so little for trigger that everything needs to be done correct and don't damage this trigger. I decided to put double tape here, very thin. It holds plate in correct position. I didn't remove this film because it holds a gap here, and there's enough. And I put little drop of super glue under the screw before tight it completely. So it holds this plate correct position now. Next, I had problem with trigger because this part was too short to push this micro switch. It was a little bit higher here and it didn't push. So I had to grow this crystal of super glue and baking soda. How to do it? I just put a drop of super glue, and then I put it in baking soda. Then I put drop again of super glue, put in soda, and so I grow that crystal. It dries very fast and become very strong. Then I removed that I don't need, shape I don't need. With this file I bought from eBay, about $15 set. It is a very good set. I use it often. So now if I install this trigger, it will push this micro switch correct way. Before I finally installed this trigger plate, I realized that this plate doesn't want to push this switch very well, because it has gap between plastic and metal. I also put some super glue under and put soda, so it become a little wider, and after it dry, I filed with this file a little bit and install this plate back. Now it push very good, that micro switch under. Next problem I had with this HPA engine, that it is wobbling and it has some gap about 1 millimeter here, and it's wobbling front and back. So to solve it, I had to put a marker, black marker here and black marker behind, to know where to put super glue with baking soda. After it dries completely, I washed it with hot water to remove soda dust. Also, I washed with hot water this trigger to remove soda dust, so I recommend everything do with soda on different table, because if soda come to inside these contacts, it could damage them. So main table should be without soda here, so don't damage your electronics or metal, because soda is very aggressive material for metals. After it dried, I put this part over and just use heavy screwdriver, hit it, and it closed completely and did these grooves inside itself. So this super glue, it's not super strong, and probably it helps to do this groove for these holders, for little bumps. So now, after, if I assemble it, it will stay in its place. You can remove it, it's clean there. Same here. Super glue and baking soda dust. Next question, how to install this hose. I would recommend to install it behind this little stick, then go this way, and this yellow wire over somewhere here. Then I recommend bend it here a little bit, this place, bend wire here, come here under and out, because I need to install part here to put screw here inside, so I need this space. I don't want to use this space. Also, I bought this battery from Amazon, 2 batteries, not very expensive, and they have T connections or DINs type, and I decided to connect it because it's 7.4 volts and it will work with my airsoft gun. I put signs everywhere, 7.4 volt maximum. So, and I bought this wire, welded with this kind of wire, and now I can use for this FCU and don't damage it. This FCU says dwell, delay, and mode 1, mode 2. It has instructions how to use on YouTube. I would use delay for auto rounds per second speed. I put 50. It should slowly, and I will have more BBs and I will have more pressure in tank, so very good. And mode 1, mode 2 for trigger mode like auto and semi, and dwell this is important for power like of air pressure. Also, I removed this little spring from here, no need this spring more here, and I cleaned all parts with napkins to dry condition from oil, and I left shims, original shims on gears, and wrap with construction tape with screws here everywhere left, and this brake part for gears, and I will wrap this with construction tape. I don't want to lose it because I don't know if this HPA engine will work correct, because this gearbox worked perfectly before. Probably I need to reinstall it back. So I put everything in Ziploc. I put sign 400 FPS. I save all parts. I clean them with napkins from oil. I put construction tape to save springs there on the motor. Everything will be stored in that Ziploc. Also, I decided to install all screws inside gearbox because I don't want to lose them. If I will not install, I will lose them. Also, I will use all pins and this trigger and this handle with its screws and this part, magazine holder, original. Yeah, I don't need trigger. I will put it in Ziploc. Yeah, that's it. This is my inner barrel from Lancer Tactical, old and brass. This large red plate to switch between modes, safety, semi and auto. This position is safety now. It's pushing on this lever here, and lever holds the trigger inside the gearbox, so you cannot push trigger even. Next position will be around here. It will do like semi mode, and next position will be in auto mode. It will be around here. It will little bit open here. So it push this little button, micro switch, for auto, and stays this position. Next problem is that I have to connect this pipe with this spring gyat by this bolt, but I can't because this gyat doesn't want to hold here, stay here, because before it was pushed by spring and now it's wobbling inside. What I decided to do, how to solve this problem, I cleaned with alcohol this metal nut and inside gearbox, dried it, and then I put this bolt inside that nut, then I put both parts inside there, then I took napkin, glued a little bit with super glue napkin to gearbox inside, little pieces of napkin. Then I pull this way, pull it, put it correct way, straight here, and then I just add more super glue. Wait it about 5 minutes, and it's dry now, and it holds. When I need to disassemble gearbox, this is no problem. It will pop off, no problem. So now I can remove bolt, and this part, spring gyat, still stay inside and doesn't move. So now I can connect this pipe with this bolt. Always, before use super glue, always clean with alcohol around all those places where do you want to put super glue.